Hey, my name is attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III, and I'm with Disability Resolution PA. I had a client from, basically, he came from another attorney and switched over to me. And, he was very worried about understanding what was going on, what to expect, how it all worked. I've had clients, and I never judge, but the bottom line is that I have clients that will essentially come forward and say, I don't know what to expect, I don't know what to expect, I don't know what to expect. In this tutorial, I'm going to answer what the rooms traditionally look like, and they're different. Not every room is the same, but for the most part, there's a generalized template as to what the floor plan is. Okay, imagine a room, kind of like a master bedroom size. Okay, there's no bathroom wing, there's nothing like that, but just imagine a room. No closet, just a room. And in that room, there's a large desk in the center, or there's two larger desks that are set up like this. And then right in front of those desks is another desk. Or if it's one big desk, then, there's this area right here. When you walk in, that's the area where your attorney will sit in front of the computer. And then right to the right or right to the left of the attorney, or on the left side of the table or the right side of the table, the claimant will sit. Or the claimant will sit literally walking right in, right up front. The bottom line is the claimant doesn't sit where there's a computer, the attorney does. Because usually the attorneys will log in and have their exhibits right there. I don't do that. What I do is I download them all before the hearing, the night before, the day before, and then from there I basically go ahead and go forward and have them all on my Mac computers. I'm an Apple guy. Apple. I don't use PCs. They frustrate the heck out of me. So what you need to know is you've got these desks, right? So imagine this big desk in front of you, or making a little square of smaller desks. Behind those is a higher up, wooden, I don't want to call it a desk, but it's like a riser. And the riser has a desk built into it. The judge sits behind that and begins the actual trial. In this case, it's called a hearing, because it's Social Security disability hearings. And what happens is that you basically have, either on the left or the right of those desks we were initially talking about, areas where the clerk will sit, or the vocational expert. Now, sometimes the vocational expert won't be there. They'll be via telephone, okay? Sometimes the medical expert won't be there, and they'll be there via telephone. So what you really need to know here is that, imagine a big desk. Everybody but the judge sits at the big desk. And the judge sits on a wooden riser area, and the judge will usually have one computer or two computer screens there. Usually the computer screens are a little bit different. Instead of them being kind of like, how they said, like, the traditional, they're wide like this. Well, their computer screens are wide, tall, in a sense. They're taller than they are wide. And that's so that when they can bring up documents, they can view document, and fit the shape of the page, which is smart. And what will happen is, as you go through your trial, the judge will often be sitting there looking and reading through a lot of your documentation. They're not looking at you to be mean. They're just not looking at you because they're trying to review the medical documentation that's on file, or if they have a vocational question, or they want to know something detailed about it. They're trying to grasp the information. Now, not every judge will spend a lot of time going through the record and setting it up so that they've read your brief and da-da-da-da-da. Usually before the trial, they'll bring you in, they'll begin working the claim, getting it started and going through, and they'll be able to get a flavor for what's going on. When a brief is present, if it's a really tiny brief, they'll spend some time reviewing it. If it's not a tiny brief, as mine usually aren't, they're usually averaging between 18 to 25 pages, then basically they'll read it later, or even, frankly, the clerk will read it, and, they have writers, or attorneys that write the briefs. What you need to know is that while you're sitting there, the whole thing is recorded. They recently at the Orlando office upgraded all the microphones so that they're not your classic, microphone with a neck and then you gotta pull it close and talk into it. They're not like that anymore. The new microphones are proximity microphones, meaning that they could be pretty much anywhere in the room, they'd still pick it up. What you need to know about those microphones is that at the end of the day, they're very, very good. But so far, from what I've seen, they've gone down quite a bit more often than the other microphone systems that they used to have. Always remember when you're in there, if you want to reference something, say left knee, right knee, give directions, bottom, upper, middle, in this part of my arm. The spot I want, if you say, Well, ever since I had the skin rash on my arm, don't just say skin rash on my arm, say, located to the right of my elbow, about 2 inches below this, yada, yada, yada. And then go through and describe it all. Also, when you're answering something, if you answer something in the affirmative or the negative, then you have to say yes or no. You can't just go, you can't do that. You have to answer it in the affirmative, okay? What else do you need to know while you're in there? I mean, there's tons of stuff. I'll do more videos on what the room is like, what to expect, stuff like that, but that's the basic general principle of this larger desk and essentially how and where everybody's sitting. And remember, too, these traditionally aren't recorded like video recordings, but they are always audio recordings. And if the judge needs to address something that needs to be off the record, the judge will stop the recording, address it, and then they'll go back on the record. So, anyway, my name is Attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA. You have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll catch you later. And remember, by the time you watch this video, the information may in fact be old hat. So give me a call so I can give you the most up-to-date information. Remember, if you have a unique claim, which everybody does, that means you have a unique question, so give me a call. I'll walk you through it. All right? My name is Attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA. You have an absolutely wonderful day, and we'll catch up from there. All right? Thank you. Bye-bye.